Hey guys, and welcome to episode 11. We're coming off a little bit of a break there from week 9, which was our bye week. Basically what we did, if you guys missed the episode, is we just ran around the whole league. We looked at stats, we looked at team stats, individual stats. We also put a focus on the draft class. And coming off the bye week here, we have a big announcement, and that is we have a breakout player opportunity, and I'll be able to show you guys that very soon. And this is going to be a big step for us as we show it right here, and it's going to be for Malik Hooker, our free agent signing, a guy that we've been working hard on to develop, really, and hope that he can be a big part of this defense after, having injury history for the Colts, a little inconsistencies, but he's going to have an opportunity to go up to superstar here as we hope to keep the win streak alive against the Philadelphia Eagles. When we looked at the schedule in week 9, we realized that the second half of the schedule was going to be a stacked one, a lot of great teams. But I think of all the games in the second half of the schedule, this might be the most winnable one. Of course, we're going to have to see how we perform on the field. But I think if we can keep this win streak alive and bring it up to 4 now, I believe, we're going to be able to make a good push for playoffs as things are currently very tight in the division. Now, this is going to depend on Matthew Stafford's performance. We rely on him for quite a bit. And we're going to see that's going to be Carson Wentz here at quarterback. So it's not going to be Jalen Hurts. It's going to be Carson Wentz starting for them. They decided to settle for him. And we're going to go for the opening kickoff here. And I'm guessing it's going to be tradition. Matt Prater, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a touchback, and it is. So we're going to start off on defense here, and it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles offense that starts off at the 25, and here's going to be Carson Wentz's stats. 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. This is another offense that has yet to be very consistent, isn't putting up a lot of points on the board when it comes through the air, and we're hoping to take advantage of that. So the first play here is going to be Carson Wentz in the shotgun with Jalen Sanders off to his right. And he's going to dump it off to, I believe that was either Ertz or Goddard, but that's going to be a drop here. So maybe on the little button hook right there, around 7 yards away, that ball came in maybe a little too hot and unable to make the catch. But on the very next play, they're going to find Alshon Jeffrey on the hook there, and that's going to get them a 3rd and 2nd. So right away, we're going to be tested here. And if we want to cause a 3 and out, we're going to have to make a play right here. That's going to be Sanders taking the ball, and it's going to be Romeo Okwara, our star defensive end, making a big play in the backfield, and we caused the 3 and out, and Matthew Stafford is going to get the chance to come on out here. 2,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. He's having himself a decent season. It's just going to be about finding consistency on offense. And if we can find consistency, we're going to be a very dangerous team, and a team that teams are not going to want to play in the playoffs, I hope. So first play, we're going to hand this one off to DeAndre Swift, who's going to take it for about 5 yards here, causing a 2nd and 5. Matthew Stafford is going to stay in the shotgun with Swift off to his right. You can see Hawkinson on the line on the left. We are going to hand it off once again, but it's going to be star defensive tackle Fletcher Cox making the play behind the line of scrimmage, and we're going to be forced to do a 3rd and 6. So already both defenses putting the offenses in tough situation. Now Matthew Stafford dropping back is going to hand this one off to throw it to TJ Hawkinson, who turns it up for a big gain there. That's going to be a gain of 23, and you absolutely love that when your tight end can turn it upfield from a little drag route and get 23 yards. That's a lot of extra yards right there, and that's going to put us in near field goal position. Now, looking around, we're going to throw this one off to Rodney Foreman on the left. We throw a hook for ourselves to our star rookie receiver. And now we're going to see Kerryon Johnson for the first time here. Nick Bowden is also off to his left. And I just love saying that name, so that's why I always put a little emphasis on it. But we're going to run it here and just getting the first down. A nice physical run there. And that's going to be a gain of 1. Now the offense, of course, with a fresh set of downs, we're going to keep the formation the same. This time it's going to be play action, looking around. We're going to throw this one over to TJ Hawkinson, but with the pressure coming in, it's going to be overthrown, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 35 now. Matthew Stafford snaps the ball. It's going to be another handoff. Getting to the outside, that is Kerryon Johnson trying to break a move to the inside, but unable to. But he's going to get a good gain nonetheless, and that's going to be a gain of about 17 yards. Now with the hot hand here, we're going to keep Kerryon Johnson back out, but we are going to change the formation, bunch off to the right. Kerryon Johnson's going to stay to block, and we're just going to dump this one off to TJ Hawkinson, who takes a very big hit there, but is going to secure the ball, and it's going to be a gain of 3 nonetheless. Back under center now in the I formation this time. Kerryon Johnson is still the one in the game, and we are going to hand the ball off, and Fletcher Cox creates pressure, but we're going to be able to avoid him and bring it back up to the middle, and that's going to be a good gain of about 4. Back in the shotgun, and now DeAndre Swift is the one who clocks into the game. Looking around, we're going to throw this one down the middle, and it's going to be Breshad Perriman, our free agent receiver, acquiring the free agent receiver Breshad. He's been fantastic for us. Great services so far. He had a really hot start for us. He's cooled down just a little bit, but I think he's just a weapon that with that kind of speed, you have to fear him at all times, as we're going to do just a straight dive down the middle, and Kerryon Johnson is going to stretch out for the touchdown, and we absolutely love scoring on the opening drive of the game, and just like that, we're going to take a lead 7-0 with about 3.5 minutes left in the quarter. Now, it's going to be, wow, Carson Wentz rolling out here, and even with the torn ACL, he's going to show that he's still got a little bit of wheels left in him, and he's going to gain about 8 yards, and hopefully we can contain that. If not, that's going to be an issue here. We have yet to really face a running quarterback so far this year, and we're hoping that Carson Wentz is not going to be the first one to expose us for it. Now, after getting the first down to Samuels, it's going to be back into shotgun. He's going to be dropping back here, looking around, and he's going to find the sideline, and I believe that is Alshon Jeffrey, veteran wide receiver, once again getting open. He caught the hook earlier, so both completions so far are both to Alshon Jeffrey. Now back under center, Sanders is going to, it's going to be a handoff to Dallas Goedert, and he's going to take it all the way to the left for a gain of about 7 yards, and a little reverse play there, not expecting it from the tight end. Sanders is going to take the handoff here, looking for room, and Deshaun Hand is going to be able to corral him in, and I believe that was either stopped at the line of scrimmage or a little bit behind. A great play by our defense as we continue to be pretty consistent in the run game. We just need to find a way to avoid allowing the big ones at some point throughout. Now, Carson Wentz, pressure coming, and it's going to be Trey Flowers, star defensive end. I mean, I said it about Romeo Okwara as well, but I think we have a good duo going right now. And Trey Flowers is going to get a sack here, and he's been picking them up quite a bit in the past recent games. Now, handing it off to DeAndre Swift after we force the punt, and he's going to get a nice physical run of about 10 or 11 right there, and a first down. So, we're starting off hot already with the first play being a first down. Hopefully, we can keep the momentum going for the first drive. Now, play action. Kerryon Johnson is the running back, looking around, and it is going to be intercepted. And I believe that is Ronald Darby. No, Eric Berry. And wow, Eric Berry, who we haven't heard about in quite a while, is going to get his first interception there. It's always a nice story when you talk about Eric Berry and all he's persevered through with the cancer, being able to make a comeback, and he's going to make a big play for the Philadelphia Eagles right there. Just a bad read by Matthew Stafford. Now with the offense back out, Carson Wentz looking around. It's going to be Dallas Goedert, who's this time is going to catch the hook. It looks like perhaps Wentz took a little bit of gas off the ball there, and they're going to be able to get the first down. Now, 1st and 10, Sanders behind Carson Wentz. It's going to be a counter play. Looking around, and Jelani Tavai makes a crucial tackle. That was a touchdown-saving tackle, as there was nothing but green ahead of him. Miles Sanders off to the left. It's going to be a handoff here, and it's going to be Romeo Okwara who's going to take him down for a gain of about 2. So it's going to be a 3rd and 8 now. And we're hoping we can cause a field goal. And if not, this is going to be a tie game, and this offense is going to have to come back after an interception. And, presumably the morale of the team is going to be a little lower, but Dallas Goedert is going to be wide open, and we've seen that since the start of the season, wide open down the middle. He's just going to do a little hook over the center, and it's been so effective against us, and we had games where we've done better against it than others, but right here it's going to get open. Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz are a great duo at the tight end position, as they're going to get to the outside there, and it's going to be Desmond Trufant who's able to slow him down until Amani can come take him out. And now Wentz in the shotgun here. And it's going to be a handoff here, and Jelani Tavai, our tackling machine, currently our tackle leader, is going to make the tackle there, but there is a flag on the field, and it is going to be a holding on the offense. So that's going to back him up about 10 yards here on Earl Hayes, the slot receiver. And this puts us in good position to cause a field goal. Of course, they cannot get a first down, so it is touchdown or a field goal here. And we're really hoping for a field goal. Bend but don't break approach. Now, it's going to be wide open. And he's going to make up for the holding penalties. He's going to get to the end zone right after. That's his first career touchdown reception for the young rookie. And he's going to make a big play here. We backed them up after the holding call, and we just need to do better in situations like that. That's a 2nd and long at 16 yards. As we're going to find it to the corner route. That's going to be T.J. Hawkinson back in the corner. But we just got to do a much better job when it's 2nd and 16, and we have the opportunity to force a field goal and stop a touchdown. Now looking around, we're going to the corner route again, and T.J. Hawkinson, 2 big catches in a row. He's getting involved nice and early. Already 4 receptions for 76 yards here today. And of course, he's made 3 big plays. We had the little drag route that he turned up for 26. Now Kerryon Johnson off to the right, breaks a tackle, and is able to wrestle for a couple extra ones. Rodney McLeod unable to take him down, and it's going to take the rest of the defense to come and join in. Now back in the shotgun, DeAndre Swift off to the left. About 4 minutes left in the quarter, and it's going to be DeAndre Swift, who's, I don't know how I feel about that move there. If he would have taken that outside, trusted his speed, perhaps an opportunity to get the first down or maybe even a touchdown here, but he tries to make a big move back to the inside. Doesn't work out on that one, but we're going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson on the very next play, who was able to fight for the extra yards. But injury is Frank Ragnow, and that is going to be a big loss for us, a big potential loss. Let's hope he gets to come back as our backup center, perhaps our weakest spot. When it comes to our whole O-line. We just do not have a very good backup center, and it's going to be Toth who's going to be in for the remainder of the game, as Frank Ragnow will be out with a bruised sternum. So thankfully it is not long term, that is just a 1 injury game, but that could prove to be crucial in this game as we try to establish the run game. Now, we're stuck in our own situation here on 3rd and 15, so the defense gives us a taste of our own medicine. It's going to be a touchdown or a field goal. Now, looking around for Rodney Foreman, and he throws it high, trying to get Rodney Foreman to kind of make a little jump ball play there. Give him an opportunity to make a catch that, he knows the defense won't be able to get to, but it's just going to be leading him a little too far there, and we're going to be forced to take a field goal. So now 10-7 as he dumps it off to Sanders there. And now it's going to be in a hurry-up formation. And they're going to go out here. And it's going to be Alshon Jeffrey on the little in route, turning it upfield for a big gain. And Alshon Jeffrey, he himself is starting off to be, very effective so far here today. Is Deshaun Hand is going to make a big sack there. And as they go hurry up for the rest of the half, this defense must be getting tired at this point. Now, back in the shotgun, looking around. He's going to find a wide open receiver. I believe that was Rager, who's going to get wide open down the middle. Just another hook route. This time it's not at the center and not only 7 yards away. He's going to get open about 12 or 15 down the field, and that's going to be a big first down. Now, Alshon Jeffrey is going to catch a little hook route there. That's going to be their first down. And already 4 catches for 55 yards. So we already have 2 standout receiving options for both teams so far, as more pressure comes in, and Jeff Okudah is going to be called for a pass interference as Carson Wentz tries to go deep there for Alshon Jeffrey. Get a big opportunity for Alshon to make a play, use that big body of his on Jeff Okudah, who's been suspect against some of the bigger receivers in the league when it comes to Allen Robinson and Julio Jones. They try to get it there for Alshon, but it's going to be a flag nonetheless, and they're going to get a big opportunity to go make a play here on 1st and 4th, and it's going to be Carson Wentz with just his 2nd run of the game so far is going to get a big touchdown here, and that's going to just like that, they're going to take the lead 14-10. Now with 1 play left for this half, it's going to be a rollout by Matthew Stafford looking around, and he's going to dump this one off to Brashad Perriman. And I believe this one was ruled out of bounds. It was. And that's going to be the last play of the half. And we're going down into the 3rd quarter, down 4. Now, inconsistencies so far. We're putting ourselves in bad situations, being in that 3rd and 15, forcing us to take a field goal when we were in position to score a touchdown. Those are always crucial penalties that could cost you a game. But we do get the ball back to start off the second half, and we hope we can start off properly with putting up some points on the board, as Agnew is not even going to get to the 20 here, only the 19. And ever since his punt return touchdown, he's been a little inconsistent I haven't seen any big returns from him since, and it's too bad because, having someone explosive like that, you hope to have, at least bring him back to the 25 no matter where he returns the ball, but he's unable to do it there. Now, I have come up with a theory as to why. We brought it up in the last episode 10, where we did a review, and I brought up the question why Agnew gets so many returns more than everybody else, and I think it's because we kind of gave him the green light to return it no matter how deep he is into the end zone. Where if he would have just taken a touchback or raised his hand to call it off, I think those don't count as actual kickoff returns. Well, they wouldn't because he doesn't actually move anywhere. So I'm thinking it's because he has the green light and doesn't take touchbacks that we're gonna that he has so many more returns than everybody else in the league. So under those circumstances, it does make sense for him to have, I think he was at 36 when we checked it compared to everybody being around 14 to 17. And we're just hoping he can make up with it. If we do give him the green light, he needs to do something with it as our first drive stalls out here. So it's going to be back to the Eagles here as they hope to extend this lead as it's currently a 14-10. So now Sanders is going to go around and he's going to make a big play. Miles Sanders is a back who can do it all in all facets, whether it be in the passing game or the run game. He has been phenomenal for the Eagles so far with his tenure there. And that's going to be a 2nd and 3rd now. Carson Wentz in the shotgun is going to throw it right down the middle, and that's going to be an easy catch for a first down. Carson Wentz so far 11 for 12 for 129 yards and 1 touchdown. Very efficient. This is looking like MVP Wentz a couple years ago, but Trey Flowers is going to go ahead and pick up his 2nd sack of the game. And Trey Flowers, 4 sacks here so far this year. But I think he's picking up the pace now, so it'll be interesting to see if he can keep it consistent as we hope to keep this win streak alive. Now Carson Wentz with the hard count here is going to draw his offensive line offside. So they're going to back up about 5 yards here, and this is going to be a 2nd and 22. So another very long situation here, but we must do better, and we have to force a punt here. It would be a disappointment if we do not. Now they're going to go down to the flat here. It's going to be taken down. That's going to be Malik Hooker who makes the tackle. Of course, we have to remember that he does have a development trait upgrade possibility. And it's not looking good so far with the score. Now Carson Wentz is going to go for the sideline here, but he's going to sail this one out of bounds as he is hit as he throws. And that is only going to be his 2nd incompletion of the day. But we do force the punt here, so we're on the 12-yard line. We're going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, just hoping to create a little bit more room in order for us to throw the ball at some point. Staying in the I formation here, Kerryon Johnson is still in the game. We're going to hand it off to him for the 2nd time in a row, and he's going to get the big first down here. 10 rushes for 53 yards. We really like what Kerryon Johnson has been doing recently in the past couple games. Staying in the I formation, this time Nick Bowden is going to stay out there. Matthew Stafford, play action, is looking around and he's just going to end up throwing this one away. I'm surprised that it's not an intentional grounding call, but I think he was just able to get out of that pocket or that little space that they give quarterbacks where they're pretty heavy on the calls there. But now looking for Sammy Watkins in the seam, throwing it back shoulder, and he's going to take this one all the way to the house. An amazing throw, but an even more impressive catch for 74 yards. I mean, that is an awkward catch, and I happen to believe that those are the hardest ones to make, the ones where you're looking over your shoulder, but then you have to carry it over to that opposite shoulder. Those balls are very easily lost in the motion. And Sammy Watkins makes a big catch, and he's able to use his speed to get to the end zone, as we're able to regain the lead 17-14. Now Carson Wentz looking around is going to make a man miss, and he's going to run for the first down here. Only a gain of 1, but that's all he needed to get the reset. Now 1st and 10 on the 35 with about 3 minutes left in the quarter. Carson Wentz dropping back. He's going to be running outside again, and he's got the first down on the sideline. He's going to slide there. Thank God, because Malik Hooker was coming in at 110 miles per hour. But a first down nonetheless, and Carson Wentz is giving us issues in the run game. This is, like I said, this is the first time we find a quarterback who is, purposely trying to run. We haven't faced a running quarterback, and we were not expecting it when it comes to Carson Wentz, especially after the injuries in recent years and throughout his career. But so far, it's been very efficient here as they continue to look like they're ready and poised to score once again. Hitting down Ertz this time. That's his first catch of the game. 13 for 15. Still extremely accurate and efficient. And it is absolutely working for this Eagles offense as they are driving down, and it seems without issue. But we do a good job there. Desmond Trufant is going to be able to knock this one down off the hook route. He's been very good for us in recent weeks, which is why we started matching him up with number one receivers. Now Carson Wentz in the empty set is going to have Goddard off to his right, looking around. Carson Wentz is going to be running again, and Romeo Okwara almost able to trip him up there, but he's able to gain 4 yards to cause a 3rd and 6. But of course, the closer you get to the end zone, the closer those throwing gaps get. It is going to be a throwing play here. Carson Wentz to the outside, and he's going to have Dallas Goedert as a lead block. And that almost looks designed. It almost looks like an option play where he can flip it to Goddard or just run it depending how the defense adjusts. But very effective run game so far for Carson Wentz, as he's been the majority of the Eagles' run game so far here today. And they are just driving down on this defense without issue. And this defense just looks like they are in utter shock as they have yet to face a quarterback with that kind of skill set, or at least that kind of, willingness to go ahead and get the yards himself. But Jahlani Tavai there, we bring the blitz. He's going to get a sack. That's going to be 4 on the day so far. We're definitely happy with what we're seeing in recent weeks when it comes to pass pressure, as it's no longer just Danny Shelton doing all the work himself. We're starting to see Romeo Okwara, Deshaun Hand, and Trey Flowers all getting involved. And if we can have 4 consistent pass rushers, offenses are going to have a tough time stopping us. But so far, the Eagles are just continuing to drive down here. It's going to be 3rd and goal on the 5-yard line. Carson Wentz rolling out to the outside. One man to beat. And he is just going to bowl right off of Jahlani Tavai. Tavai has to wrap him up there and take him down. But he's just going to end up pushing him into the end zone. And the Eagles regain their lead. It's going to be 21-17. But throwing it up to Rodney Foreman and a big catch. And he's yet to get very involved here today. But we tried to take a shot for him. But a holding call is going to back us up about 10 yards. But I wanted to review this catch and see if he got his feet inbound, because that looked absolutely beautiful. Rodney Foreman is able to high point the ball here, but this is hard when you're in the air, momentum is carrying you. You can take a little snapshot there. But look at that. His 2 feet land inbounds, even while being pushed. An amazing catch for Rodney Foreman. It's just awesome to see that we have a player who can make those kind of grabs when we need them. It's unfortunate that it's going to be reversed with the penalty. But DeAndre Swift is going to catch a screen pass there, breaks a tackle, but not much to gain right after. It's only going to be a gain of 5. So still a 2nd and long here, 2nd and 15. This offense needs to go out and score if we hope to keep this game alive. Now, looking around, trying to find someone open. It's going to be Fletcher Cox, who's able to get the initial pressure, but it's going to be Graham, who's going to take him down at the 1-yard line. Matthew Stafford is able to break out of the first sack, but almost causes a safety. And now on the 1-yard line, we can expect pressure here, but we're just going to hand this one off to Kerryon Johnson, hopefully get a little bit more room for the punter to get enough space and not have to worry about it getting blocked. And just an unfortunate way to end the series. But of course, when you're down to the 6-yard line and you punt it, the Eagles also start off with great field position as they look to solidify their lead. And Carson Wentz is once again going to run it here. It's going to be Tracy Walker, and I believe that was Trey Flowers getting involved there. 111 yards so far for the Philadelphia Eagles, and most of them have come from Carson Wentz, as when they do try to run to Miles Sanders, we're able to stop him before he gets the first down. And another flag on the field. This is going to be a holding on the offense. So, of course, it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Carson Wentz under center with Sanders behind him. You're going to see a 2 tight end set off to the left. It's going to be a pass play here. Pressure coming in. And another sack. This time it's going to be veteran linebacker Jamie Collins, who's had definitely a cut in playing time this season. But when he's come in, he's made big plays for us. But it's just about keeping him healthy. He's a big part of this defense when we come in into a 4-3, a base 4-3, and another sack here. Deshaun Hand with the 2nd one. And that's 2 sacks back to back. But Jamie Collins just is so important in our 4-3 formation, our base 4-3, that we need him to be healthy because we just don't have that depth at linebacker. Now we are going to force the punt. Hopefully Agnew can get a big return here. That can definitely change the tide of this game. And not a bad return there. He's able to get to the sidelines here and pin us down at the 50. This is good field position for the offense to go ahead and make some plays. Now we're going off in the empty set to start off here. Matthew Stafford all alone in the backfield. He's going to go on 2. He's going to snap the ball, looking around. He's going to be sacked as they bring the corner blitz. Fletcher Cox does go down, but it's going to be a 2nd and 20, and we keep pinning ourselves into situations that are very hard to overcome. Now looking around, Matthew Stafford is just going to dump this one off to Swift as pressure once again seems to break through. But he's going to gain about 7 yards right there, and that's going to cause a 3rd and 13. Now a big play is needed here if we want to keep this game going. Only 3.5 minutes left in the game here, and we need a big play. Looking around, Stafford is going to find Brashad Perriman, but a great play by the defensive back, and this is going to force us to go for it on 4th and 13th. Will we be able to convert? No, we will not. That is going to be Josh Sweat who comes up with the big sack. And once again, this offense gets great field position. We are just not consistent on offense here today, and we are not converting on opportunities, and we are just putting ourselves into holes that we cannot overcome so far here today. But with only 3 minutes left in good field position for the Eagles, this is field goal range already, and this game just might get to the point where we won't be able to come back. As we encroach the 2-minute warning here, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, Carson Wentz dropping back all alone here is going to jump this one off to the drag route there, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7, and it's going to be a 3rd and 8 right here. Carson Wentz is going to go into the shotgun, drop back. He's going to dump this one off to the outside, and a 1st down once again. That is going to be, I believe, Hakeem Butler, big-bodied receiver, and that's a big-bodied receiver, and he can make plays, in the jump ball area, but he's going to do a great job creating separation on the out route there, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down. Going into the I formation, that will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And things are getting tight here. If we can't force a field goal, if they go out and score here, it might just put this game out of reach. And with only 2 minutes left, it would make sense for Detroit to start using their timeouts. And of course, they're going to try and run the clock as they go right up the middle with Sanders there. And that's going to be about a gain of 5. And it's going to be a 2nd and 5 here. And like I expected, Detroit does end up taking their first timeout. Carson Wentz, once again, is going to hand it off here, but they get the 1st down. And the Detroit Lions do use their 2nd timeout. But if you're not able to use their timeouts while also forcing them to take a field goal or punt, you're in a bad situation here. We are down bad. You're going to see Goddard motioning out. Deshaun Hand makes a big play there. But we're going to use our final timeout. And with about 1:49 left, if we don't force a field goal here and we don't force them to, incompletions or hopefully make a play on defense, a fumble or something, we need a big splash play. But Deshaun Hand is going to get dragged. Imagine that. Deshaun Hand, a big body defensive tackle, is going to get dragged for a 1st down. And just like that, this might be the end of the game here as Carson Wentz is going to start taking his knees. He's going to let the clock run out. And you can see here with 35 seconds left on the very next play, this will be the end of it. Our 3-game win streak has been snapped. It is definitely unfortunate. The offense wasn't very consistent. We weren't able to get things going. Penalties were screwing us up. Sacks. The offensive line was just not able to sustain the pressure that this Eagles defense has. And this Eagles defense is, they rely on their defensive line to create pressure, and they were able to do that today. As they expose us on the outside, Fletcher Cox had a great job. He made it hard for us to run back into the inside, which is our bread and butter with Kerryon Johnson. And if we can't run to the inside, it doesn't leave us with much options here in the run game, as we do really focus on just pounding the ball right up, using Frank Ragnow, our best offensive lineman, to clear the way. And with him out, it was definitely costly. Now we're going to look at the stats here. Matthew Stafford, not too shabby. Only 17 attempts here. They wasted a lot of time. They ran the ball a lot here with Carson Wentz, 10 times. Another 16 times with Sanders. Clock was ticking, and we weren't able to do much. We did have the 2 leading receivers, but at the end of the day, after the first half, TJ Hawkinson was almost non-existent. We really weren't able to get Rodney Foreman going. And unfortunately, I do not believe that makes us eligible to get the upgrade for Malik Hooker, and that is too bad as we really focus on him developing. We want him to become a star safety as what was expected when he was drafted. And unfortunately, we have to deal with the cards that are dealt. So I want to thank you guys for joining this episode. I hope you enjoyed.